Many people down here in the States are very familiar with the different 3-packs, or what are known as the special action figure sets. We got them in Canada as well, but the breadth of the line wasn't as big as it was down here in the States. These were aimed mainly at higher end stores, so not every store in Canada at retail sold these. There was only maybe about 2 or so that I can think of offhand in the East anyway, in Eastern Canada, that actually sold them. So as a result, the production volumes were a lot smaller. And in a cost-saving move, what Kenner Canada did was they used generic packaging throughout the whole line. The only thing that ever changed from when these were first available in '78 was the actual logo of the movie. So the Star Wars logo on the front was updated with the Empire Strikes Back logo. But if you look at the image on the far right, the reverse of the package still shows the French version of the Star Wars logo, as well as the first 2 sets that were available in '78. So they never changed the back, and the front never changed, except for the actual movie logo at the time. Now, you may have recently seen an article posted on StarWars.com about Boba Fett's first personal appearance at a parade, I believe it was in California, back in 1978 or so. Boba Fett actually made an appearance in Canada in February of '79, long before The Empire Strikes Back movie actually came out. The photo on the left is from the newspaper in Montreal, and Boba Fett, as well as Darth Vader, made an appearance along with other child characters at the time as a part of a telethon to raise money for research into children's illnesses. And you can tell by the image on the face on the little guy in the picture how enamored he was with Boba Fett. It was kind of a sign of things to come on how Boba Fett's popularity would eventually shape up to be. The actual costume used in back then was one that was used early on in early promotional material. You've seen probably this particular costume in some of the Factors posters. An example, the one where he's shooting the fire out of the flamethrower on the side of his wrist. I'm not too sure if the detail comes through where you're sitting, but you can see the flamethrower still on the side of his wrist. The cat's eyes on the top of his helmet, and the laser rifle that he's holding isn't the same laser rifle that he had in the movies. It's more of a pistol with a shoulder strap on it that actually was the same as the pistol that came with the 12-inch figure seen on the right. The 12-inch Boba Fett images shown here is from the Canadian package. Now, Kenner Canada wasn't known for its quality control. It made a lot of different mistakes when translating the English to the French on the packaging. In Canada, we have two official languages, English and French, so all the packaging has to be bilingual. So when they went to translate this fearsome intergalactic bounty hunter's name on the packaging, it kind of came out a little bit different than what they had intended on. Boba Fett was called Bob Fett. Now, I don't know if Boba translate directly into Bob in French, but I'll leave that up to your judgment. For those of you who are collecting the 2010 line, there's a mail-away sticker that's on the front of the current line, and Kenner Canada, or Hasbro Canada, I should say, they screwed up his name again. They called him B-O-B-B-A Fett. So we went from Bob to Baba, so one day we're going to get his name right in Canada. So that's it for my portion of the presentation. Does anybody have any quick questions before we continue? The question was, at what point did they put the figures in the special offer boxes? Except for the Patrol Dewback, all of the special offer items were old overstock, so it was things that had been around for quite a while. So retail didn't put them in; they actually did them back at the factory in Toronto. So that most of them were stuff that's been around for a long time. Except for the Patrol Newback, they did that in Hong Kong. So they just inserted the Stormtrooper in it overseas before it actually came to Canada. But most of them were all done at the factory in Canada. Sorry, somebody else back there had a question?
Yuri.
The question was do we get any items up in Canada before the United States, and whether or not it's more successful up there than it is down here? In the old days, in the vintage years, Irwin, who's the parent company of Kenner Canada, actually was an importer of toys. They never really made the toys themselves, so they imported from the U.S., they imported from Japan, the Takara wind-up, as well as the Palitoy Death Star. I can't say, or I can't really speak to how popular they were. We have a smaller population in Canada, so things kind of sell modestly. But overall, things sold really, really well. And we did, back in the old days, get a number of items in Canada that weren't available down here in the States. Thanks very much. Okay, we'll move along. Thanks very much. We'll move on to
Hello, I have many slides, and so I have to be really quick. So I chose selected the topic about Orai Noriyoshi Orai, the famous poster artist. So this is two versions of the original Japanese Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back posters. On the left, it's high quality, paper quality is good, so that surface is glossy, but the right one is in the poor paper quality. So the people's faces are really like sick or something like that. Luke Skywalker is like muddy, very sick looking anyway. So this is also the glossy matte one on the left, and the right is movie program, souvenir program. Cover, similar ones. For the Star Wars Celebration Japan 2008, they had some notebook, parody notebook with representative movie poster covers. But The Empire Strikes Back, as you can see, only genuine Japanese original Noriyoshi Orai's cover is here. All others are just like the US release, as you can see. So this is the original art. So color is very vivid, and the main characters for the close-up on the right shows you the very beautiful faces and colorful combinations. So these are variations of the posters, always with silver or white logos, and white border or silver borders, and also the underground is black, usually black borders. All of these variations has black borders, but somehow Spanish, English language, but Spanish Mexican posters are those. These two are colorful borders, purple borders and blue borders. Blue borders made way into the revival ones to this year for the 30th anniversary posters, both are blue borders, 1980 and 2010. But in America, in the United States, I don't think this used to be very popular until the West End Games did these merchandising related poster revelations from 1989 to 1987 to 98. So this is actually the color comprehensive for the theatrical poster for the Empire Strikes Back. These four are pretty famous on the StarWars.com, but there are actually 6 of them. Tokuma Books had many of those The Empire Strikes Back themed books. Along with those, these comic book adaptations or children's color books and paperback hardcover novelization on the right. Left and the right is 3 years later, light-weighted paperback versions. But this is a hidden Noriyoshi Orais and the Star Wars book from Tokuma Books. You can see Orai Noriyoshi is O-H-R-A-I, but his autograph says O-L-A-I, Orai. Because Japanese person, as you can listen and you can find, L and R sounds really complex for us. We say Larirurero, probably closer to L sound, but we mixed up those. So he sometimes write O-L-A-I and sometimes O-H-R-A-I. So this is those color comprehensive in larger images, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6. Green based, probably. Also that you can see that on the right is quite similar to the completed ones, but you can compare now. These two are different. Left one is a color comprehensive and the right one is final ones. So in 1978, he painted this horizontal posters in the Tokuma Books, fold out on this cover, and you can see. And the sign of this scanning and copy is that you have the triangular Star Wars logos and who wrote that, who painted that, those letters you can see. But this is the original art contained in that Orai book. No folded lines or no logos. Quite impressive. So this is a comparison. So this is next to the Splinters of Mind Eyes, Alan D. Foster's. A fold-out art is this one. Ralph McCoy's cover is intact. But strong influence to The Empire Strikes Back, as you can see, X-wing with vines and trees and train branches. So this is a centerfold one. This is the original art, and I can show you the influence to The Empire Strikes Back. Next image 2. Luke Skywalker X-wing pilot and R2-D2 there with twist